Hey guys, how's it going today? Forrest here with Forrest G Media and Getting Lost in the Forest. And I'm here to present to you today. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. And I want to hear what you guys, because I don't want to keep ranting about certain things that maybe some of you don't really understand. Texas State Senate passed what's called SB 17. Senate Bill 17. Earlier this week, which would protect the right of state licensed workers such as doctors, teachers, and counselors to refuse to provide their services based on, quote, a sincerely held religious belief, except in case where medical services are necessary to prevent death or imminent serious bodily injury. Quote, supposedly advocates fear that barring state agencies that issue occupational licenses from penalizing workers who refuse services based on religious beliefs would essentially give workers a free pass to discriminate in the name of religion. This law would make it very difficult for government agencies to stamp out pernicious discrimination, said Adriana Pinon, the policy counsel for the ACLU of Texas, which has publicly opposed the bill as it advanced during the current session. Right now, it's currently going to the Texas House. So the bill, I guess, apparently hasn't really been passed yet. But it's going to, because the Senate of Texas just approved it. It's going to the House of Texas. The law permits anyone to sue when they believe their religious exercise is being burdened. So addressing discrimination would make more time and would be costlier. So it really handicaps an agency from acting when it needs to act to address discrimination, and based of that, it fosters an environment where religion can be used as a basis to discriminate. Now, I grew up getting bullied, and my school board's telling me that because sexuality wasn't in the bullying policies, but religion and other things were, the school didn't do anything about my bullying, and told me pretty much that they have to lay a hand on me in order for them to get in trouble. So this, in a way, is almost the same exact thing, except, like 15 years later. More like 18. Many state legislators across the country have implemented legislation to extend protections for LGBT people in the last several years without bipartisan support, such as Kansas, Michigan, Ohio, and Wisconsin, where governors from both parties signed executive orders pledging protection from workplace discrimination, though this has not come without pushback from conservative party leaders. Texas lawmakers faced a similar backlash back in 2017 for a version of a bathroom bill that would have kept transgender people from using bathrooms that align with their gender identity. Like Senate Bill 17, the bathroom bill was promoted as one of the legislative priorities of Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, but ultimately failed to reach Governor Greg Abbott's desk. Officials at Equality Texas, the large statewide group of advocating for equal rights for LGBT people, have raised the alarm on the potential repercussions of passing SB 17 and also Senate Bill 15, which would remove ordinances currently in place to protect LGBT residents from discrimination in the workplace based on gender identity and sexual orientation. Quote, we believe religious freedom is a fundamental American value and it's already protected in the U.S. Constitution, but religious freedom was never intended to be a license to discriminate, said Hale. We believe the legislator needs to catch up to the modern day economy, the 21st century workforce, and the 21st century way of doing things. Senate Bill 17 will ensure that no Texans will ever have to choose between their job and their faith, said Patrick in a statement. Preserving religious liberty has and always will be one of my top priorities, and I congratulate Senator Perry on passing this important legislation. Senate Bill 17 will protect Texans of all religious faiths. Well, what about LGBT Texans? Like, what about them who are working hard and paying their taxes? I think it's bullshit. I think the people of Texas really need to stand up to this. And it's only a matter of time before there's some kind of riots going on. I mean, you can't keep poking at the LGBT community in America. I mean, it's only a matter of time before things just... We'll see. I think Texas needs to start rioting like the French jackets. I think this is unjust. LGBT Americans are already second class in majority of America as it is. And I think it's time that we start speaking up about this, because this is not the way America should be and not how America was founded. Religion shouldn't be in government, period. It's illegal. It's unconstitutional. It's against our DUI, BUR, POH, you name it, everything. I think this is a really bad decision. I think what's really going to come out of this is a lot of LGBT people are either going to stop doing business with a lot of other people, or they're going to move out. Businesses like the Hollywood business, showbiz, it's definitely going to move out, especially with Amazon and Netflix, and probably multi-trillion-dollar movie productions such as Disney. Will probably not do business in this state ever again. The state could go bankrupt, and the people will have to bail out the state and bail out the politicians of their state. So, I mean, the lawsuits in this state are already climbing extremely high from human rights violations. So, I mean, this is just going to prompt it even more. So, I just think it's a waste of money. You know, it's a waste of the taxpayers' money. It's a waste of the state's money with them losing their court cases against people who are suing against human rights violations. And it's a waste of our money. And I think we need to start doing things the right way in America, because this is wrong. We're wasting a lot of money on this stuff, and it's illegal. And I think it's about time that we start prosecuting our politicians to the fullest extent for these illegal actions. Same with the voters who enabled these illegal actions. Well, let me know what you guys think. I want to make a shout out to the Darker Side Podcast, Getting Lost in the Forest, Forrest G Media, Ray Lever 1420 CandyCast, David, Herman, Rachel, you're all amazing. I love you all. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I want to know what you guys think. If anybody would like to come on my show and talk to me about some of these things, especially pertaining to LGBT rights bills, I would say religious rights bills that have been passing over the last 10 years, that'd be awesome. And keep coming back to Getting Lost in the Forest, GLITF, GLITF, and and have a lovely day. Thank you so much, guys.